Right. Well, time to do the template again with a much harder material. I am so looking forward to it. This time, I decide that I'll stick to the same measurements, not stressing about it too much, but it's nice to have something to rely on. So right off the bat, I realized since width didn't matter anyway, and it shares the same height as the mercury drug bag I'm using, I'm gonna skip ahead to taping the paper together. Look, there's I am already so many steps ahead than I was when I was first making this. Experience helps a lot. I say as I'm struggling to tape these things together. I mentioned before using this technique. If I'm not careful enough, it can leave gaps into the paper when you folded it, fold it. When you put them together, it tends to not look nice when finished. So I'm trying carefully to put the tape together. Because this time I'm trying to put the tape inside the bag and folding it the other way. So the tape won't be seen outside. I'm trying to make this more polished because since the materials are nicer than normal scratch paper, I decided I might as well put in the effort of making this a bit more neat. But as I stick the paper together, there's a giant gap in the middle. So have to fix that right away, taping um, the insides from the inside with a technique where I flatten that part of the paper so it's easy to tape. So easy. Another life hack for you guys. Whoever whoever needs a life hack. There, finished. So now I'm making the walls again using the same measurements um, with my trusty ruler. Same process because same template. Okay, so I got the necessary creases and folds down, and I am trying to figure out where the floor starts and where the tiny floor begins as well. Making the triangles and trapezoids again. I already have a routine at this point that I memorized, so I already knew ahead not to measure too much about it and already marked the creases so I won't be confused as I was last time. So I'm already folding where the floor is so it's easy to spot or how to fold in the triangles. I only have one side of the bag marked with measurements. So if I just fold that side, the folds shows up on the other sides. It's easy to figure out where to put in the creases. Okay, it's time to fold in the triangles again. Um, on the other side of the paper, basically. Um, Pretty much every folding bit of the template is finished. I just have to mark it, and I'm good to go in finalizing the design. So I fold that inwards, fold that outwards. It's much faster than when I first did it because I already knew what to do. I'm practically an expert in it. Yeah. But then I realized, oh, I forgot to fold in the walls. So I folded that last. It doesn't really matter. I just forgot because I was too caught up with finishing this in time. I forgot to do the least important parts of the folds. Doesn't mean they're not necessary. They're just least important. So now I can fold in the floor better as intended. And you can see in that side of the paper, there's so much gaps, which is what I was trying to avoid. Uh, um, as long as the overall product looks good enough, any nitpicks is fine, because as long as the bag is usable, it it's okay if there's bits of flaws here and there. So here's me folding in the trapezoids together. I'm using trapezoids instead. Hopefully that's easier to understand the triangles. And wow, that floor was so easier to make than last time. So I thought ahead and decided to tape it already before closing or shutting the floors together. And well, honestly, the bottom part of the paper bag is not as neat as the first try because there's a lot of crumples in the material of the paper, and that's expected when I don't know how to deal with these kinds of paper. But I think it um it worked out pretty well. It folds as a nice paper bag. The corners is a bit uneven for sure. When I tried folding it in half, the floor is a bit too wide to easily close. But I just crumple that instead because crumpling it helps makes the bag easier to fold. But um, with enough effort, it looks like a normal kind of shopping bags you get when you buy something small like makeup and stuff. What kind of companies uses these paper bags? I'm not sure. So that's if I were to have a string, that's where the string would be. But I don't have a string right now, so I'm trying to makeshift a random string out of some scratch of yellow paper I had. I decided to add a string here. Then when I was doing this template with normal paper, because the normal paper seems like a type of template used for brown paper bags. This felt like an actual shopping bag given in malls. I decided, what would it look like with an actual handle? But instead of an actual string handle, it's just a paper handle makeshifted in 5 seconds or so. I just poked some holes with a scissor and inserted the string, and I didn't do it on the other side. I just wanted to see what it looks like on one side. And yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm actually really proud of this one. It works like a paper bag.